Ah, there we are. Sorry, I've unmuted myself. You would have thought by after this long, I would have learned. It's been what, 2 years? It feels like Groundhog Day. Every day is the same here in Hong Kong. We're still doing it. I guess you guys are opening up, but sorry. Anyway, Naked Robot here. I'm excited to see you all. Space Cats, I've missed you. Big virtual hugs to everybody. Um, yeah, so as you probably already know, Hammock Hangout not going to be on the playa this year. Dutchy has stuff going on. We don't have enough DGS tickets. There's all sorts of reasons, but basically, we want to work on bringing Hammock Hangout a little bit more together, and then we'll be back in 2023 to make it bigger and better than ever. But meanwhile, some of the Space Cats have gotten together, and we want to create a not Hammock Hangout for 2022. We're headed to the burn, and we miss our home, so we're going to create a new home. We found out that the org is actually taking applications for new camps, and we thought, hey, why don't we have our own, why don't we have our own camp instead of going off and joining somebody else's camp? Let's stay with the family. So some of the Space Cats are getting together and we're creating our own camp. We're putting together a proposal. We have to have the proposal in by the end of the month. So time is everything. Putting this thing together, it takes a lot of details and a lot of thought and a lot of energy. But luckily we've got that. And we're on the way. We had a Zoom meeting last week. We had some really interesting ideas that came up. Some of those ideas, a first thing that we thought about was, what is it that our camp should be like? So, what are we going to be bringing to it in the sense of, what's the feel? What's the vibe going to be? And so we identified a few different values that we feel as though Hammock Hangout had, and we want to continue with that. By the way, our goal is not to create a new camp forever. This is just for 2022. Our goal is to keep the Space Cats together, so when we come back in 2023 for Hammock Hangout, we're going to be bigger and stronger. But we want to keep some of that same ethos that Hammock Hangout has, and the things that we've already started. And some of those things that we feel as though that we have are, one of them was hospitality. Space Cats bring hospitality to the playa in abundance. When you came to Hammock Hangout, and you'd walk into the karaoke lounge there, and you're welcomed at the bar with lots of fresh ice, lots of mixers, top shelf drinks, full cups, none of these little like kind of half cups. It's kind of like, fill it up. Hammocks, shade, people going around and serving little snacks and feeding people peeled grapes as they're lounging on a hammock in the shade. And when you sing on the karaoke, there's rounds of applause from everybody every time, no matter how good or how bad you are. You're supported. You feel welcome. And this is one of the things that we definitely want to bring to our Not Hammock Hangout camp this year. So we got hospitality. We feel as though Space Cats have an immense amount of optimism. And we want to keep that in. Now, when I say optimism is that can-do attitude. It's that yes, there's problems, but we're just going to solve them. We can fix it. It's within our power. Shit happens, but oh well, we'll deal with it. And the shit that does happen, it just gives us all the more reason to appreciate with gratitude the good things that does come along. That fire within us. Doesn't matter how dark things get because we have the fire to light the way. I love that quote. I don't know who said it, but it was really good. What else do we got? Unconditional love. I mean, man, that's the thing that keeps bringing me. I don't know about you, but that's one of the things that keeps bringing me back, both to Burning Man, but especially to Hammock Hangout and the Space Cats. We are, as a community, we are all embracing. That we invite anybody from all around the world. We look after each other. We don't care who you are, where you've come from. You know, when it comes to kind of meltdown Wednesdays, or there's people out there looking after the space cats. I remember a couple of people over the years that they were having troubles at midweek, but people were looking out after them. People were sitting with them, listening when they needed to vent. They were making sure that, you know, they hadn't done too much, that they were keeping it together. You know, that unconditional love you don't see everywhere. You know, where this compassion that we have kind of is that empathy that bonds the space cats together. And that's, I think, one of the most important things that we want to bring to the playa. So we have those values that are part of the space cat community, in addition to the 10 principles that, of course, we're going to bring, because that's why we're all burners, hey? So speaking of immediacy, we need you to get back to us with some ideas as to what you think our camp should look like. You know, like, what are we going to do? What are we going to bring? What are we going to bring to the playa? What's our gift going to be? You know, we have, you know, hospitality, optimism, and unconditional love, but, you know, what are we going to do? What's it look like? What kind of things are we going to build? You know, obviously we'll probably have a bar. Hang out, it's space cats. We need a bar. Shade. Oh God, definitely want shade. One of the things that we talked about that everybody on the call absolutely agreed with was soulmate Sherpa service. I don't know if you remember that or how many of you took part of it, but I did it a lot. I loved it. It was fantastic. You've got the golden wheelbarrows, the burner bus pulls up, and you're standing there with the wheelbarrow, people getting off the bus, and they've got bags all over the place, and they can't carry everything. They've got no wheels, and they're like, "Oh, where's math camp?" And you're like, "Oh, let me help you." And you load their stuff into the thing, and you're like, "Math camp, it's just down here at 345 and E." And then you wheel them along. You wheel them straight into the camp, and you unload their stuff there. I met so many really interesting, cool people there by doing that, and I got to get inside all these little camps that, you know, you just drive by on your bicycle, and you wonder what's going on in there. And so it's a great way to connect, to meet people, and to spread our values out to the rest of the burner community. So we probably want to do that. Like I say, bar, shade, but what else? What else are we going to do? What else can we do? And it depends on how many people we have and what you want to bring to the playa, and how much time you want to commit. You know, also the things that we need to think about is, what are we going to provide for our campers? So in the past, we've had generator, we've had water, wonderful food for all of the setup crew. You know, we need people to help set up, and we need people to help take down. We need that whole moot patrol. So, you know, we need people to commit, to take their time and say, "Hey, yes, I want to be a part of this." So there's a link. There's a link below. There's a link in the email you're getting. Click on it, fill it out. It doesn't take very long, just a couple of things: name, contact, and what you think we should bring. And also kind of, you know, what sort of time commitment you have. And if you want to be a part of it. If you don't want to be a part of it, ignore this. Yeah, I hope to see you around. Come by and visit us. We're going to do some fun stuff. If not, we'll definitely see you in 2023. Space Cats, I miss you. Big virtual hugs. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Oh, damn. Almost lost my chair. Right. See you guys. God, I hate Zoom. I had so much of Zoom. No more Zoom, please. Stop Zoom. Stop recording.